Hello, so I thought we would talk about vacation. I know we did a little bit on another video about, if you're going to fly or drive or whatever, but I thought maybe some more details. And so I just want to reiterate, talking with a deaf is no different than talking with a hearing person, but you do it in a more conceptual way. That's how the language works. And so you can talk about in-depth things, but most people who are just learning are probably not going to talk about any kind of deep philosophical things. And sometimes that person may get it and another person doesn't, just like with hearing people. So it's not just deaf people don't, or you have to get down to the basics or whatever. And I think people misunderstand, what does it mean to get down to the basics? It's like, what is it that you're saying? Not that it has to be Dick and Jane, type of conversation. But when I say basics, it's like, what are you talking about? Let's talk about the basics, right? That base of what is it that you're trying to say. So with that in mind, this is just something fun because this is like vacation time. And so you might say to a deaf person, oh, this summer, what are you going to do? Oh, are you going to go on vacation? Are you going to go visit family or friends or anything? Well, yeah, we are going to go to a family reunion. Oh, cool. Where is that? Oh, it's in the mountains. Really? Like where? And they may say, and people, I'm going to say Colorado. And the only reason I'm going to do that is because there's a couple of different ways to say Colorado. Some people do color dough. This is the sign for color. You just kind of wiggle your fingers on your chin. And then they do Dios, they're basically spelled colored, but a lot of people do Colorado because the mountains. That is the sign for Colorado, with the C for Colorado. I don't see people do the postal, the CO, but most people Colorado or colored DO. They're spelling it basically. So, and you say, oh, that'll be nice and cool. Yeah, but I heard it's, high and people become sick. Yeah, me too. But I hear that if you drink a lot of water, you should be fine. Oh, okay. Well, should I bring my dog? I think you can. Make sure you have enough water for the dog. Make sure you have like little bowls that you bring with you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, is there anything fun to do, like with the kids? I don't know. It depends on where you're going. Are you going to the mountains and to the water to fish? You're throwing out your rod and you're reeling it in? Are you gonna like stay in a cabin or a hotel? This is time for hotel. And so you can just kind of ask those questions. Or they could say, oh, I go, are you going to drive or are you going to fly? I'm going to fly, but I have motion sickness. Yeah, me too. But if you like sit in the middle of the plane, like where the wing is, if you sit there, that's in the middle, then you should be fine. Or they had those patches. The same like if you're on a cruise and you get sick, though you can have a patch. Oh, okay. I think I'll do that. So sit in the middle. Yeah, because you can reserve it when you make your plane reservations. You can like pick your seat. So I would do it in the middle. Okay, thank you. Okay, so those are some different conversations that you would have. And then you can discuss, like if you know different places to go, or they may say, oh, is there a lot, like some people will say, oh, well, I want to go to shop. Where's there to shop? Remember we did buy shopping, or this is shopping, just I want to look around, I want to go to some stores and look and see about, getting some souvenirs. The souvenirs, there's not really a sign for that, but let's think about what that means. A souvenir is something that you buy to remember where you went. Like a t-shirt or some kind of little trinket that you can buy, and it's got the name of the city and the state or whatever. Little shot glasses, so you think about what it is that you're talking about. And then sometimes you can describe it by gesture or pantomiming. Um, so you can do that. So, you can, like if they're on a cruise, like, you can say, oh, I heard you were going on a cruise. Yes. Where are you going? Mexico. Do you know where are you going to stop? Like, which is the port? And I want to spell port. I heard Cozumel, or oh, okay. So you're gonna stop and like visit the city? Yes, I'm gonna do that. I want to do all the different things that tourists do. Yeah, like maybe have shows or yeah, and shopping. Yes. And I heard that some wonderful things you can, buy clothes or things and but I would be careful because they may on the prices may raise it up, because of people visiting. Oh yeah, that's right. So maybe like go into the town where local people shop. Maybe I mean I don't know. I'm just giving you some ideas and things. Oh yeah, okay. That's good to know. Thank you so much. Um, so on a cruise, I heard they have food all day, where they set it up and there's food buffet and it's set up all day and you just eat and people can wait. So be careful. I know it's probably really good food, but it's included with the prices. Yeah, I know. And I heard that sometimes different rooms, they can be big, like with a nice shower and bathroom, and then sometimes they're small, with, just a kind of a weird bathroom. I have never gone on a cruise, but I've heard. Yeah, so that's good to kind of really investigate. Yes, that is really good. So that's just conversation. I know you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, how boring if I have to listen to her just go on and on about different vacations. But that's what we do with our friends. And that's what we do with other people when we meet them. And so those are the things that we talk about. Like, for example, people will say, which is the best pharmacy? That's not vacation, but like, which is the best? And RX, that's a prescription. So some people will say that is a pharmacy, which is the best pharmacy to go to. And then other people will say, which is the best medicine store, drugstore. You can do medicine or you could do a D for drug. Drug. And it goes around in a circle. Drug. Or medicine goes back and forth. Medicine store. Oh, I like Walgreens. WAL and then a G for Walgreens. Kroger, a K. Kroger. Walmart, a W, it goes down to an M. Mm-hmm. CVS, CVS. Which ones? And the drug stores are usually on a corner. So you say, like if you went to the doctor and they'll ask you, which is your pharmacy that you go to, and you say, oh, Walgreens. Well, which one is it? Oh, it's on South Street. Well, which one was the cross street? What's the cross street? It's on the corner of you could either do corner if you're really wanting to be, or the corner if you really want to be good about it, but the cross street usually. So maybe South Street, and then it'll be what? West Street is a cross street. So you can do those to describe. So the same vein is like if people are on vacation, they'll say, oh, which is the best restaurant? Our restaurant. Remember we did napkin, cafeteria, restaurant. This also is cafe. So, or the best place to get coffee when you're in Cozumel. And they may say, oh, when we went there, we went to whatever the name of the store or the cafe, and then they can tell you the name. They go, oh, good, it's not a Starbucks or whatever. Or they say, oh, make sure when you get there, when you arrive there, you go to the restaurant Stefan's. They're spelling it, right? So it's good to know the alphabet. And then even if you can't understand the spelling, have a piece of paper and a pencil with you, and you can write it down, or they can write it down, because that's what deaf people do. They are trained to bring paper and pencil, so they write it down. Some of them don't, but they're accustomed to that. Or you can do to talk to text on their phone. So all those different recommendations. So you're going to know, the restaurant, which is the best place to go. A cafe or cafeteria, still in a food place. Or if you're talking about, I know a lot of people on vacation go to a bar. I don't, but anyway, remember we did bar for drinking, a bar, a bar. Or you listen to music. Oh, do they have live music there? Remember we did this for live or live music? Live music. Do they have it there at that bar or that restaurant? Oh yeah, it's really good music. You need to go. So, and those are things that we have a conversation with. Oh, it's downtown, or it's next to the beach. Remember we did beach. So those are all the different places that you would say now. Or if you're on vacation, or if they're going on vacation, or if you've been there, like, oh, if you're going to Colorado, make sure, and if it's in Estes Park, make sure that you drive on that road that's right next to the river. Oh, it's really cool. Yeah. So, and they have cabins there, and people are in a canoe. Remember we did canoe? They're in a canoe and they're fishing. Oh, cool. I want to go. Yeah. So if you can, and you can bring your dog if you want to. I would be careful with the dog. Make sure you have, a leash. And those are the things that you pantomime, because there's not really a sign for a lot of those things, or the sign is the pantomime, right? So, because that's how they think, is visually. They think visually. What do they see in the world around them? Signs, or what people are doing, or what they're wearing, or things like that. And so those become the signs. That's why I say that's why sign language is different in every country, or even different regions, because how do they use the language? And that's how it evolves. So don't be afraid to act stuff out, or if it's just a word and you're going, now what is the name of that street, or what is the name of that restaurant? Write it down. And sometimes deaf people don't know how to spell real well, especially if it's something complicated. But other times they do. I mean, so you can't really just say, oh, they can't spell. But sometimes they don't. There was this man, elderly man, 80 something, and I wasn't sure what he understood or not because he was older, and he had a PhD. He was a teacher of the deaf. I mean, he knew everything that was being discussed. So you can't judge a book by its cover. That's with hearing people or deaf people. And so sometimes they can really spell what they're wanting to, and sometimes they can't. Like a medicine will be a big word, and like blah blah blah, or whatever, or it's complicated. But definitely try and do all those things. So practice kind of with some other people of how you would act something out. Charades is a good way to kind of get up on that, on how you would act something out. And sometimes it can be really good, like, oh, should I go swimming? Right? Now this is the sign for swimming, but you could do swimming, right? You could do all the different strokes. They go, oh no, because there's sharks out there. There was that one woman that got bit. Did you hear? Did you see it on the news? Yes, I saw that. It was awful. There was just blood everywhere. Oh, and her leg, it was chunked out. Oh, awful, right? So those are things that we've seen on the news and that you can describe very easily. So don't be afraid. Practice in the mirror. Just practice when you hear the news. How would you do that if you want to do it by yourself, so you don't want to be in front of other people? But have fun and think about realistic conversations. When you have it with a hearing friend, think about, how would I do that with a deaf friend? Anyway, so have fun, enjoy, and I'll see you later. Bye.